It's the last time, who cares? Oh. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off.
Might be going somewhere. Upriver. What river is that, Mike?
You're late.
The only one that matters.
Aha! We'll start at the place where all quests begin. The Manticore's Tavern. It's run by a fearless adventurer. She knows where to find any kind of gem, talisman, totem.
Marley, this is for a game.
Based on real life.
How do we know this tavern is still there?
It's there! Look, my years of training have prepared me for this very moment.
In order to manifest Papa into the physical universe, we need to play a game or quest, a long search for something that is difficult to find. Together with Boaz the sun and Yachin the moon, we are attracting our Tor's energy, the left and right, closer together, which eventually should unify both pillars into one, the hunt of Skoll and Hati, closing into an event called Ragnarok. By separating both pillars, the masculine Boaz and feminine Yachin energies, the sun and moon, a self-reflection or portal has been created, and by the hijacking of the demiurge, the masculine energy, is energizing a world of transformation through the sun, creating a reflection or copy world of the original. So with our threefold flame energy of dielectric, magnetic and electric powers, we are being radiated into black bodies, opening ourselves for receiving counter-space radiation through the sun. We are taking in algorithms that for using our chi energy and giving away our intention are generating black magic, using blue and red shift to manifest Papa into this world. Done by the cosmic dance of Nataraya, the Analemma by Skoll and Hati, reshaping the holy temple, the energy body through plasma currents, the ride or wave of the Xing and Zhang, the sun and the moon. Watching the sun from a fixed spot on the stationary Earth, we can see the shape of the Analemma making the infinity loop in the sky. Both sun and moon create this looping in an everlasting dance, it seems. Or is it everlasting?
Behold, there was a great earthquake. The sun became as black as cloth, the seas boiled, the moon became as blood, the skies fell, Revelation 6:12. It was normal.
As we enter a turbulent time of transformation, we notice the analemma making a small and large looping. Within the torus, the small loop refers to blue shift and the large loop to red shift, in which the blue shift looping radiates and contracts energy in and outwards into the large red shift looping. It's like an electrical field that is generating a discharge between two poles, the sun and the moon.
S-O-L-A-R, solar. This Sol Invictus, the unconquerable soul, this is where all souls come from, these holes. These are wormholes. But they are whole. They lack nothing. And they are holy. They also have halos called auras, which are really torus. So this is a torus field, and you have this in your torso. Your bottom chakra has 4 petals. It's red. The top of the torso has 16 petals. It's blue. Red shift, blue shift. Here, my energy is blue, as is yours. At the bottom, at the torso, at the perineum, this is red. And the energy is flowing out of the body, earthing, red shift, right turning, centrifugal divergent. Centrifugal divergent, centripetal convergent. Fission, fusion, proton, electron, radiation, gravitation.
I just don't know what this is.
It's a map. My father showed me a map like this once. Inside the circle is your world and my world. Many others. No one knows how many.
Okay? All you have to do is to have something that you're interested in that leads you into a protocol, a process of some kind that leads you into areas you haven't been in, and that's what the heart likes. It likes that. It likes enthusiasm. And that's the fire. And that's what this is. This is fire. This represents fire. This represents warmth. Throughout history of studying these things. So,
The fire, or the fire in you, the light in you. You might have heard of this before, the reference to this energy that's inside of you called Qi, or Qi energy. In my work and perception of things, I refer this energy to an electromagnetic field within the human torus, generated by a trinity power system, also called the threefold flame, through dielectric, magnetic and electric currents that run through an apple-shaped torus, generating a force which in upcoming work I will try to present as the energy called magic. Let's rewind back to Changing Hearts, and where we introduce the work of Frank Chester, of the heart being a portal generating a 7-point bell structure energy field that generates an electromagnetic force field within the energy body.
and of course this one up here is so important, where there are 2 circles that overlap, and I have them here now so that I can actually show you what I mean. There's 2 circles, and all I do is take the centers of those 2 circles and bring them out to the periphery of both circles. Remember that? How that's and what is that line that goes through here? That's root 3. Root 3. I went on the internet. I said, I'm going to look up the number for root 3. So I did. You can do this. You can just type in root 3 number, and it gave me a page of numbers. And I'm not kidding you. The page is just loaded and loaded and loaded with lines of numbers for root 3. And so at the end, they said, click. There are 235 more pages. So I went to the last page, it still doesn't have a 0. So there's more to go. But somehow, after 200 pages or more, they gave up. But I can make it perfect right in front of you, absolutely perfect, every time. All I have to do is draw these two circles. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to draw root 3 in here.
Like we recognize within the human torus, we see two spheres being attracted towards each other, intersecting or crossing fields, done by the Ouroboros aka Analemma energy system, in which each sphere is representing a world of reflection, Boas, the hologram world, and an original world, Yachin, extracted by Boas. In an effort to decode the language of the demiurge of geometry and rational numbers in mathematics, we see that the eye or center of the torus is energized by the square roots of 3.
I'm going to draw a line here. And of course you know that, that's not too accurate because I'm just doing it freehand. But that's root 3. Follow me? Yeah? How easy?
The square root of a number is a number which, when multiplied by itself, results in the original number. For example, the square root of 25 is 5, as 5 times 5 results in 25. However, you can also have square roots of some numbers that do not result in whole numbers, such as the number 3. When we look at the square root of 3, we see the decimal number of 1.732, and I think, like all the other numbers of the universe, of December 2013, its numerical value in decimal notation had been computed to at least 10 billion digits or more, making the square root of 3 infinite.
So here I do. Now we have to make sure that we're correct here with those two lines. Are we? Yeah. We're correct. Okay, so if I put them together like this, there's where they are. Now what's so important about this is that's the balance of these two circles. It's a balancing. The root 3 is a balance in 2 dimensions. So that means from right to left, or up and down, or forward and backwards. 2-dimensionally, that line is the balance.
The ratio of blue shift to red shift is 1 to 1.618, 5, otherwise known as phi, the phi ratio, the golden section, the Fibonacci ratio, the golden mean. So this is always, red is always bigger than blue. The ratio is disproportionate, and that is how these torus fields are reciprocating precessional torus fields, which are able to, this is an atom.
So looking at a torus, we energetically experience a blue and red shift contraction and expansion within a golden ratio, the red and blue shift, that's embedded into a Firatis radiation field, which energy core is structured into a trinity energy system, while the whole construction is balancing into equilibrium and infinity, connecting 2 dimensions with each other. When we look at the analemma, we recognize the phi golden ratio in the small and large looping of blue and red shift, while it's clocked in a V-phase dielectric, magnetic and electric energy current, peaking within blue shift at the Tropic of Cancer on the 21st of June, and within red shift at the Tropic of Capricorn on the 20th of December. In between on the 15th of April and the 1st of September, crossing and intersecting the X-files, the equilibrium point of the analemma and the torus. So with the arrival of Prometheus within a sinking torus, the light stolen from the elder gods was taken to the people to shine within our hearts, sighting its eye on the new ship and its mountain.
Is that what I think it is?
Erebor. The Lonely Mountain. The last of the great dwarf kingdoms of Middle-earth.
Within many movies and concepts, we've seen the central role for the mountain being an important reference to space, being, or home. I would like you to imagine the mountain being the root of three, the line of balance between left and right, up and down, moon and sun, and black and white of the energy body, in which the chakra energy wheels and Kabbalah Sephiroths represent the stairway to heaven or hell, the climb of the mountain from which a river emerges, a river of chi life energy. A pirate attack comes in the Trinity, and when caught, you'll be hanged in the Trinity.
You think, what's happening here? What's going on? And you hear yourself mumbling.
Don't expect to pull. No fault of mine. Good women.
We noticed Johnny paying with the Trinity to enter the Kaaba Dome Circus.
Hold up there, you! It's a shilling to tie up your boat at the dock.
To enter the new light body, a crater, Prometheus first needs to pass through the Chi-Ra self-defense system of its host energy body, and where we see a small black Zhang projector, probably the original sun, and a large white zinc projector, its reflection, the moon, meaning the balance of this system is more aligned to reflecting, being a white body, than absorbing and emitting, a black body.
And I shall need to know your name.
What do you say to 3 shillings? And we forget the name.
Welcome to Port Royal, Mr. Smith.
Remember, moon portals are the main entrance for energies to enter a host energy world through self-reflection. The large white projector seems to have holes in its defense system when being exposed by the temptation of the Trinity, fueled by red love energy, Jack. The smaller original sun, the host black projector, looks to Jack like what the heck he's doing. So now this energy world has gotten itself a new visitor that is going deeper underground and off the radar. A parasite.
Who are you?
A visitor.
From where?
Far away. A world of machinery that searches the cosmos for other forms of life and transports it using wormholes.
Welcome to Port Royal, Mr. Smith.
Jack confirms his entry with Namaste, translated making the bow to you. Within the magic reflection pool, we've seen that Anubis is the governor of the bows who's upon his mountain.
The doors of Earth are open to you. You must begin your journey.
She died a slave. Without treasure, she won't be allowed through the final gate.
What do you offer?
She can't pass into the afterlife.
For you, Lord Anubis, governor of the bows who is upon his mountain, I have only my smile.
So be it.
So at the end of a bow or arc, we find a mountain with an eye. Are we finding a link with the Demiurge and Mother here? Did the period Table Mountain located just south to the center of the crater? The mountain, an area, or shall we say a stairway of up and down between the pillars of Boaz and Yachin, the sun and the moon, reaching to its top and where we see a white lady shining the light of creation and destruction. We notice this construction is also embedded within our energy body, with the center of a torso representing the root of free. Now I understand these words of Isis when she is referring to the storm is not outside, but inside of us.
The storm isn't in the air, it's inside of us.
So with making the bow, Jack is establishing a contact line or arc of the Covenant with this energy world, and where the left and right hand represent the process and start of two worlds colliding. The two become one.
Truth, where we shall be judged.
Namaste, making a bow to you. When we look into the word you, we find a connection to the expression of see you, Old English EU, dative and accusative plural of see do, objective case of J, I, see I, see the I. You, referring to the self-reflection of I.
Say you, say me.
I see you.
Say it for always. That's the way it should be.
I am you.
Welcome to Port Royal, Mr. Smith.
But before we start to jump around on the Isis and Horus beat, we see Prometheus given a last choice before entry, revealing itself with the feather of truth. In ancient Egyptian culture, the ostrich feather was used to symbolize truth and justice. This symbol was linked to the goddess Maat. The concept behind this symbol stems from the belief that a person kept count of their good and bad deeds in their heart.
What do you offer? Step forward.
I shall live forever!
But Jack decides to turn his voyage into gold, symbology of poisoning the mind, and goes undercover by not revealing himself. We notice as soon Jack starts poisoning the mind, we see the balance within the energy world changing from small to large black body radiation, shining the "it's all yellow" coding. This symbology is guided by the Piece of Eight, the Chira energy system, and the box or locker moving into the Taurus.
Step forward.
Thror's love of gold had grown too fierce. A sickness had begun to grow within him. It was a sickness of the mind. And where sickness thrives, bad things will follow.
Go tell it on the mountain. The Taurus, from which one's light body can rise to immense heights or fall into the deep. We see Boaz and Jachin guarding its entrance within a holy trinity, from which water runs down into a river of chi energy and into the town or kingdom, probably in reference to the Malkut Sephiroth, the root chakra.
The first they heard was a noise like a hurricane coming down from the north. The pines on the mountain creaked and cracked in the hot, dry wind.
The Dubai Expo 2020 shows us that the mountain is symbology for connecting two worlds with each other, for placing a Deckard hypercube on top, done by a light bringer in which the hypercube acts as a prisma or eye to shine the light and connect the left and right.
لنخطو معا في رحلة نحو بر الأمان.
And where achieving a heart of gold seems to energize this process of triggering a force to rise from the north, a spot from which the celestial axis rotates on a motionless spot, the Saturn polar configuration, summoning a dragon, a redshift plasma discharge.
Call out the guard. Do it now!
What is it?
Dragon! Dragon!
He was a fire drake from the north. Smaug had come.
So the dragon is an archetype of transformation within the Taurus. By chasing the formula of the Trinity, so dielectric, magnetic and electric currents within a blue and red shift and white and black body controlled radiation field, one could summon a dragon, a blue to red shift plasma discharge within an energy world. Represents the Chira, the rudder of a toid field, housing within a crater, or should we say a yellow submarine. A rudder is a primary control surface used to steer a ship, a boat, submarine, an hovercraft, an aircraft, or other vehicle that moves through a fluid medium, generally air or water, or maybe even plasma.
you to invite?
The dragon has long been on your mind.
It's true, my lady. Smaug owes allegiance to no one. But if he should side with the enemy, a dragon could be used to terrible effect. What enemy?
Kijk bij ons binnen en ontdek. Droom groot, voorbij deuren en kozijnen. Laat in een flits al je grenzen verdwijnen. Samen verdwalen, verwonder en kijk. De wereld ligt binnen handbereik. Wij zijn de Unlimited. Sluit je aan en ontdek.
Ga next level met glasvezel plus tv van T-Mobile.
The Titans go mobile. Within this Dutch commercial we recognize the CMYK coloring codes emerging within our streets. And where we follow a black and white ISIS roaming our streets while you own nothing and you'll be happy. Through the looking glass and window symbology of Windows resonance type responses of the atom regarding external magnetic fields, a subject I talked about a lot in my work. So the changeover to high frequency waves soon to be released, and high frequency waves that will affect our energy body. You see, ISIS enjoys the energizing of heavy blue shift within a sprint race, following the road to Tomorrowland. And where we see more black bodies, and where ISIS thinks that we get lost. Guys, this is not a racism issue or something. I'm only pointing out to the symbology of radiation. You see a sprint race of the number 4 and 1, making 41. The 1 sprinting with 4, and where the magic of 4 will guide us on a quest of exposing the parasite geometry of the heart-shaped Xbox. High frequency radiation that will generate a tune, the songbird. Summoning Jack out of the box, or should we say out of the closet, by Pink, my new obsession. All the shifting results in us being blinded for the truth, and where we could end up living a lie within a pink bubble of reality, from which we will summon a dragon. One that will kick man out of the crater when mankind keeps surfing on blue shift radiation through black projections. The Imagine Dragons, giving us all the information we need in their music to wake up to what is coming. But when will humanity really listen? We notice the Ouroboros symbology of its white and black and 2 golden records. And we are the Unlimited, say ISIS and the Titan mobiles. When we compare Unlimited with the Infinite, there is one thing that comes to mind. Both have no boundaries.
frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Her ongoing mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life forms and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Wormholes. Ray talked about wormholes. They distort time.
We use them to bring hosts to our world. To join with, we can only experience other worlds through the sense organs of a host. We enter a being and then travel back to its world, returning to our own at intervals to share our discoveries.
You're a parasite.
No limits, we'll reach for the sky. No valley too deep, no mountain too high. No limits, we'll give up the fight. We do what we want, and we do it with pride.
The Dark Tower stands at the center of all things. And it stood there from the beginning of time. And it sends out powerful energy that protects the universe. Shields us from what's outside.
What do you mean outside? What's outside the universe?
Okay. So I'll put this over here. This is also root 3. Another line that has no end. And it's the diagonal across any cube, as long as the cube is accurate. This is root 3 also. Root 3 is known as formative forces.
In Hebrew, which is this, the tav of the Torah, which is an anagram for rota. Hence, when you look at your beautiful tarot cards, you eventually come across a card that looks like this. And what we see here is the center of the 8-spoked wheel. We're going to learn about this today. And you'll see the fixed signs of the zodiac: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius the man, Scorpio the eagle. And they correspond to Yod, He, Va, He, Jehovah, the 4 elements. You see the Yod, He, Va, He? Then when you take the T over here and you go this way, T-A-R-O-T, that's tarot. Then you go the other way, you get Torah. And then you start down here at the bottom and you go this way, you've got rota. This is the wheel, this is the cycle or the circle. Circe, the goddess of the circle, who turns men into swine, and El, Circe-El.
All right, Chance Doctor. You haven't paid a thing. Oh, you know what? You can make a donation on your way out if you feel the need to. Some people do, most people do. And he is in his trance. Believe me, my dear, you are the luckiest lady alive. Now, good luck. Yeah? All right, Chance Doctor. You haven't paid a thing. Oh, you know what? You can make a donation on your way out if you feel the need to. Some people do, most people do. And he is in his trance. Believe me, my dear, you are the luckiest lady alive. Now, good luck.
Aries and Taurus. Aries is the cerebrum. Taurus is the cerebellum, the bull, the cerebellum. And those two brains, the cerebrum, left, right, and the cerebellum, the ram and the bull are what causes your feet to ramble on. So this is Gemini, the twins, the two pillars, Jachin and Boaz. Then what happens is this has to now decline. And Cancer is the month of mourning. Ramadan, the Jews mourn in Cancer. They call it Tammuz. The Cancer, month of Cancer, June, July. June, July. So mourning because the sun now has to decline. Leo, Virgo is here. And then here are the scales of Libra. Libra is the 7th sign. That's the symbol for Libra, the sun setting. Because if this was a day cycle, this will be 6 a.m. morning. The day begins. This is daytime. This is nighttime. Below the horizon. This is the horizon. Horizontal, longitudinal earth plane. Our earth is a horizontal disk inside of a torus field.
Before we focus on the heart, we have another look on the river. A river that flows down a mountain, and a mountain which has two sides, one of light and one of darkness. Within the physical universe, we are taught that light is linked with the sun and darkness with the moon, day and night, but within the world of radiation we notice it's the other way around. The black body of absorbing and emitting radiation is linked with the sun, and white body reflecting of radiation with the moon. So from an original world Jachin, we step into a hole, and where we follow a white light into a black and white world with walls. Let's take one more look at Toby.
Toby? Toby?
The original upworld lies behind the wall, which is the fence in the clip. After passing the wall, we entering the wormhole, the Eye of Ra, the root of Free, and fall in the stairway to Hell, to Boaz, the downworld. Probably a bad or poor copy or reflection world of the original. So, when we look at the Vesica Pisces, we notice Boaz and Jachin forming the center of the eye, the root of Free, a construction of two merging into one, which is the diagonal center of a cube, meaning both Boaz and Jachin are structurized within the cube. Whoa, are we living inside a cube? My. The Vesica Pisces is a type of lens, a mathematical shape formed by the intersection of two disks with the same radius, intersecting in such a way that the center of each disk lies on the perimeter of the other. In Latin, Vesica Pisces literally means the bladder of a fish, reflecting the shape's resemblance to the conjoined dual air bladders, the swim bladder, found in most fish. When arranged so that the lens is horizontal, with its two overlaid circles placed one above the other, it symbolizes the interface between the spiritual and physical worlds, represented by the two circles. In this arrangement, it also resembles the It fish, the fish symbol for Christ, and has also been said to be a symbol of life, of materialization of the spirit. So guys, a quick recap of the creator. We have a left and right. Yeah, don't forget, pictures on your screen mostly show a mirror reflection, meaning the left eye is positioned right and the right eye on the left. When you look into the mirror, the self and the self-reflection create an X in between, as left and right switch in the mirror, and so does coloring. Black becomes white and white is black. We have an up and down, a masculine and feminine. Both left and right have been cubed into hypercubes that seem to generate a physical plane within the center, creating the butterfly effect. A connection and transformation between and of two worlds become one.
Everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine.
The hypercubes are generated by hexagons, which represent the physical realm that are attached by two pentagon structures. Within the Maltese cross we notice this is the astral or spiritual realm, assimilating into one with the physical realm. Within the center of the eye, in which one of the pentagons represents the locker and the other a sphere that is being downloaded into the physical realm through the locker. Notable to see is that the combination of pentagon and hexagon generate a sphere. In future work we will dive into this concept of being the magic of portals on the physical realm. And with portals we think about flying from the United States to Japan without hitting an ice wall.
I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me?
Everything on this island is per design and everyone plays its role. Seems logic role-playing within a holographic avatar world of tomorrow, and where we are stacking hexagon building structures to materialize Tomorrowland within continental islands in a reflection pool.
The sea. Most of the columns are hexagonal, although there are some with 4, 5, 7 or even 8 sides. The tallest are about 12 metres, which is 39 foot. So I'm not having it. It's not come from it's not volcanic. This is basalt. This is geopolymer. This is a fabricated hill basically. And also another thing to point out, there's no volcanoes around. Nothing at all. They said that it has come through the veins of like vents, but I'm not having that either. It's all a load of cobblers. It's just so happens. There's another part of this as well. I think it is in California. On a lake, there's another place like this. It's just block work. It's clearly block work.
Within this holographic prison island, we are walking a path, uphill onto the mountain, moving rocks within hexagonal shapes, with rocks maybe referring to atoms. We are building a mountain, so building an energy body of hexagons on continental islands.
Because it's like this was the mass underneath the grass. And you put a load of earth there, a load of muck, and then lay the grass over it, you know? But look, individual blocks. Like, it is impossible. If that was venting from the earth, volcanic lava, it wouldn't be individual blocks like that. It's a joke. But look, these are man-made. And look, here we go. You can see, look, mass grass all over that, all over it. For some reason, something's happened there, and the earth's come up and the grass has come up. For some reason, I don't know what's happened. Let's have another look. Look, it's just blocks, all blocks. Columnar jointing is a geological structure where sets of intersecting closely spaced fractures, referred to as joints, result in the formation of regular array or polygonal prisms or columns. This is geopolymer blockwork, by the way. This is them trying to cover it up. Referred to closely spaced fractures. These are all blocks. Look, I'll show you anyway.
The continental divide. is a line across a continent such that the drainage on one side feeds into one ocean or sea, and that on the other feeds into a different body of water. And guys, this is where we find more clues of the water tower symbology. Within future work we have a deeper look into the role of water and its fourth phase of plasma, the main catalyzer for a world of transformation.
This is exciting, this is fun, there are so many temptations. Maybe just a peek.
Oh, how gorgeous. God.
And I'm telling you, this is the only way to find a Phoenix gem. Trust me. Whatever it takes, I am gonna meet my dad. You hear that, Dad? We're going on a quest. Come on, Guinevere. Maybe we should just take the bus.
This isn't real. What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you're meant to go alone.
Why would I want to go there without you, my darling?
Well, it's one of the rules.
From our imagination within a reflection world of Boaz that generates a desirable imagination within a desert, well, desirable, within the movie the people step into the cube and into the mind of Dr. Parnassus, probably a reference to the mountain of Parnassus. That mountain represents probably some other entity's energy body. So people step into a dream world that's not completely theirs alone. With the desert probably being the main frame for generating a hologram, we are about to cross a bridge between light and darkness. Guys, from an original world, the woman stepped into a mirror reflection world of Boaz and got trapped inside an apple-shaped superb drama dream world of tomorrow, all called the Locker. But she is still able to generate her own imagination with her energy body, unlike Jack, who lost his connection and is looking for a new energy body, or should we say looking for more wind to sail the ship.
One imagination at a time, free from the influence of another.
Boring.
Don't shoot the messenger, babe.
I'm not going to do
Ooh. Oh, look, come. Another possibility, come. You must make a choice. Actually, to be quite honest.
Within the Locker there seems to be a bridge to the Route of Three, which holds the moon entrance or the light on the other side of the mountain. We are being lured into a motel that from the inside is generating blue shift, but assigning souls with loving redshift energy to enter the motel. Also a reference to the hotel. All starts to sound familiar, right? Behind the desk we see an entity that's clearly linked with the energy of Jesus, aka Horus. The motel has a reflection pool and offers a one-night stand to its visitors. One night, one chance? And we see on the right a water tower referring to the archetype of water, of which we will highlight its fourth phase, plasma within future work.
This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo.
As dreams could be remnants of the deep, with the deep referring to an original world, is the movie Matrix signing us we need to remember our dreams when being in a dream world, aka hologram copy world of radio television. So our imagination of things is being used to project a vision of the god of radiation, Ra, by using distant stimuli on us through telesthesia, while we are housing temporary in a ho or motel.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
I would strongly recommend this one. The Gondola.
Rudolph Valentino, James Dean, Princess Di, all these people, they're all dead.
Yes, but immortal nevertheless.
Tempted by lust and desire, the lady wants to cross the bridge and find a place within the motel, together with her messenger Johnny, who tries his best to replace Heath Ledger in this movie. We see 3 ships floating on the black river of celebrities that have passed away. We notice the fire is still burning within these souls, and they are going upstream towards the mountain, which is located within the Root of Three, seems to offer a river of infinity. When we would cross the bridge, we probably get locked up inside the motel, which represents a town, and fueling this entity of to become one with our chi, probably in reference with this physical realm we are experiencing now.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry.
Hello, how are you? It's so typical of me to talk about myself. I'm sorry. I hope that you're well. Did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happened? It's no secret that the both of us are running out of time.
They won't get old or fat. They won't get sick or feeble. They are beyond fear because they are forever young. They're gods. And you can join them.
I drive on the streets 'cause she's my companion. I walk through the hills 'cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses the windy. And I never worry, now that is a lie.
Within a twisted freefall of raining down into this biosphere, or can we say a Birkeland plasma current, the masculine energy has a clock system attached to his hand. Is this symbology for the hand of God? the wormhole from which clock cycle times the launch of the umbrella or opening up the dome from the moon portal, ensures a safe touchdown using the Rainbow Bridge aka the Jacob's Ladder or Heptamat power structure for a controlled landing. The masculine energy is holding on to the feminine energy, a bond of two become one to survive the fall. Is the parasite depending on its survival for the masculine and feminine energies to become one? We see both spheres merging into the Vesica Pisces, creating the root of three, and a wormhole that can spin into infinity. We can see the mountain in the middle, the eye, and the butterfly, all symbology for two rivers of consciousness merging into one. Woohoo! What a party, man! I love these parties actually, but guys, what are we energizing here? We notice the zodiac clock system cycling around a pentagonal dodecahedron at the bridge within the middle of the mountain.
The Nyack has been panning this river for over 5,000 years. That's how it got its name. Nyack Kensana. What's it mean? Daya means upstream. Kensana means go. Gotta be shit.
Get in a bag. One more thing. Look at me. This is very, 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 very important. Your sacrifice must be absolutely pure. Therefore, you will need to relinquish all of your worldly possessions.
You mean this?
Yes, me. What?
Hitting bottom isn't a weekend retreat. It's not a goddamn seminar. Stop trying to control everything and just let go. Let go!
All right, fine. This.
Now get into the boat. In the movie, Johnny is tasked to set souls free into the infinite within a contest with the devil, which is said to lure souls into the motel. Souls that seem to carry a payload with the archetype of gold, with gold probably referring to the materialization of the spirit to matter within a certain frequency. Holding on to the physical could be a portal to fear and poisoning of the mind, which implements the knowledge of good and evil, and so openings for other energies to get into the energy body. The diamonds and jewels represent gold, which get confiscated by Johnny, makes the way free to go back to the original world for the woman, but in the movie the gold poisons the mind of Johnny even more, getting him into trouble.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
I had a dream. I had an awesome dream. People in the park, playing games in the dark.
Now, this one.
got it. You're free. You're free.
Thank you.
So this river of chi energy, the Apep, is within the movie being showcased as a controlled river of the devil. Makes me think that this whole Apple energy structure, the Vesica Pisces and the Rudder 3 could be part of an energy vampire system that has lured energy from an original world into a trap and has set a projection system up to convert this chi energy into gold.
Okay, this is inertia and acceleration. This is force and motion, motion. And this is the electrical effect. In Bhagavad Gita, this is the internal energy of the Lord. This is the marginal energy of the Lord. And this is the material energy of the Lord, Krishna. And essentially, the creators of torus fields are step-down Krishnas. Brahma is a step-down Krishna. I'm a step-down Krishna. You are a step-down Krishna. Everything is expansions of source, of Krishna. So we are parts and parcel and minute parts of the one, individualized in atoms. All is atom. Adam, atom. Same words. I can do a list of hundreds of words that go back to atom.
The beauty of this fortress city was legend. Its wealth lay in the earth, in precious gems hewn from rock, and in great seams of gold running like rivers through stone. The skill of the dwarves was unequaled, fashioning objects of great beauty out of diamond, emerald, ruby, and sapphire.
It's hard to believe there's nobody out there. It's hard to believe that I'm all alone.
With the mountain representing the center of the energy body, the root of three, and a portal to the infinity from which a river emerges, you see two mountains being connected through a fellowship with rings and a wider black projector centered within a mirror portal. Represents each of our energy bodies, Taurus, a portal within this crater's biosystem. It's hard to believing that I'm all alone, meaning it probably does not make sense being sad and blue for too long within this realm. But by now you know that blue shift is needed to attract a red shift plasma discharge from the heavens, and so probably making contact with a wormhole. A wormhole which we could describe as an electrical arc, connecting two worlds with each other, stealing the fire from down below and giving its warmth to the people.
Prepare to be reborn, darling. And remember, nothing's permanent. Not even death.
She loves me, lonely as I am, together we cry.
I'm still struggling with coloring systems, but what we see is that the RGB creates an uplift stream through the right eye, which is connected with the left brain, Yachin, and the CMYK generates a downstream through the left eye, connected with the right brain, Boaz. It's like being double-crossed on this one. The left eye eventually sees the shifting from it's all yellow, which is the bridge between both color and radiation fields, to Purple Rain, the Green Flash, and the arrival of Cyan, coloring, the arrival of Uranus, the Rain Man.
And what they played was a masquerade. From behind the walls of doubt, a voice was crying out.
Hope is kindled.
What the hell just happened to me? I mean, how on earth do you do that?
No, it was nothing.
Voila.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
The Red Chili Peppers giving us more hand signs regarding the X-boxing. The left becomes right and vice versa, with the house standing on a mountain representing the temple, the energy body. The X, the intersecting of different energies. But what kind of energies?
Reshev and his corrupt government are lulling you to sleep in order to control you better. They have transformed you into puppets that are manipulated by X and the demons.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
As we go down life's lonesome highway, seems the hardest thing to do is to find a friend or two. That helping hand, someone who understands. When you feel you lost your way, you got someone there to say, I'll show you.
Oh my God!
What?
That's it!
What?
That's the comet!
What? Where? Where?
Well, that's the Big Dipper.
Uh-huh.
That's Venus. That's the North Star. Well, what is that?
Oh, shit.
Oh, voila.
Oh, thank you, madam. You'll give it.
Zing and zanged, we find our way back out of the magic cube, from which we return safely to the original world, while being purified from carrying gold. We notice the sign "Take generously." So when entering the black and white hypercube, could it be our power of imagination is fueling the hypercube's existence? Is our imagination of things the power and fuel to keep a mirroring world alive? It was Albert Einstein who said imagination is more important than knowledge. Within the original world we see a small black projector and a large white projector, probably meaning this world is reflecting one's own imagination instead of adding another one to it, a parasitic. Like Ben said, one imagination per time.
What? There it is. There you are. There you are.
Is anyone else seeing this? That's it. That's it. That's the comet. Look, it's right there.
Well, the whole world's got to dance, and that's right, I'm telling you. Time to start believing. Oh, yes. Even who you are a shining star.
Outside is endless darkness, full of demons trying to get to us. Walter wants to tear down the tower and let them in. When the tower falls, he'll rule in a world full of monsters.
To soothe us through these dark times, may we face whatever is to come in your divine will, with courage and open hearts of acceptance. Amen.
Amen, or should we say Amun? All is Atum. The reference to this motionless spot in the heavens, the configuration. Another signing within the ending of Don't Look Up. We notice the Demiurge holding the Xing and Zhang finish flag while enjoying and coding the Yellow Brew energy event of rocking the ship. On the right there is a text signing the presence of the magic of Ki-On. Ki-On, which means the magic of an arch of keystone or a voussoir of an arch, a bridge, the black magic of a bridge that's crossing from mountain to mountain through an electrical arc using colors of radiation fields, the field of Ra to achieve a connection. It's like Freddie Mercury sings,
It's a kind of magic, a kind of magic. One dream, one soul, one prize, one golden glance of what should be.
You'll never take me alive!
Namaste, making the bow to you. You see the left and right connected when making an ode to the One, the Eye of Amen. Crossing the bridge from one world to another and arriving through the rain. Could the river of chi gold energy being harvested and transported through a wormhole to a different dimension maybe? Is the concept of this thinking related to the story of the Anunnaki and Nibiru, the red plasma giant? Stay tuned as we dive deep into the archetype of the river and, of course, the bell in part 2. Much love, Radiation Matters.
I will show you revenge!
Roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees, up, up, up it goes, and yet never grows.
The mountain.
Come on guys, we can do this. One more time. Just sing along if you know the words.
She came down from the mountain, and I stood my ground on the mountain, and like a fire I'm drawn to her love. From her blood I must, and like a demon I'm drawn to a flame. I'm gonna burn, calling her name. I'm gonna burn, calling her name.
patient, then maybe we'll get it straight on the mountain.